I pray for everybody, because I believe in God. I do. I believe in God, yeah. And by the way, I don't judge anyone in here on what they believe. Whatever you believe is between you and God. I don't judge anybody. There might be some atheists here, and that's okay. You're still my brother and sister in this game of life. I do not judge atheists at all. I don't. I just look at them the same way I look at people with androids. Yeah, I'm like, does it work for you? Just don't be mad when you can't upload to the cloud.
At a friend's house eating dinner, and he cooked this lamb shoulder, and it took him 2 days to cook this lamb shoulder, and he was bragging about it. I didn't even know that was something you could brag about, like the amount of time it took you to prepare the meal. But I found it to be quite a good excuse to serve my guests leftovers. Oh, this is a 24-hour stir fry. This pizza's been dry aged for 7 days.
We've been together almost 7 years, and I've only farted in front of her once. It's like three months ago. Didn't even know it was coming. I'm 41. I feel like I'm still in the pocket where like you should know when you got one coming, but I had no idea. That sucks. I just was like trying to run out the door, and I just tripped, and I was like, ah! And I screamed really loud. You know, sometimes you either scream, ah! Ah! Or you try to cough over the fart. I don't know what asshole introduced those moves, by the way. Some dude went up to all the dudes and was like, yeah, dude, if you gotta let one rip, you fucking, and then you fucking, you don't know. It's like, hey, dum-dum, the two sounds don't cancel each other out. They just highlight each other even more. And girls don't even know how to cover farts up because you don't feel them coming. You know, pregnancy cramps, those are familiar feelings. Farts come and go like ships in the night. I have a lot of genuine empathy when I see or hear a girl let one slip. It's traumatizing, man. You girls get so just like, you just don't like, I've seen girls fart and move out of the country and start new lives because they're so ashamed. They're just like, oh my God, that wasn't me. We have to leave tonight. Grab the kids, we'll move to Chile. I'll become a baker.
But I'm on my phone a lot. Like, way too much. But the people who use their phone while they're on the toilet, that's disgusting. And I am one of those people. What, you thought I wasn't? Girl, please. Sometimes I go to the bathroom and I sit down and I'm like, oh man, forgot my phone. And I just gotta sit there all bored. I wonder what my phone is doing. I have crown molding? Oh, somebody needs to clean in here. That's one option. If you go to the bathroom and you forget your phone, you could just sit there bored. Or you can do the squat and run. Do you guys know the squat and run? The squat and run is when you know where your phone is. It's not that far away. So you squat and run. An option. Maybe some of you are like, ugh, that's nasty. Then don't do it. This is how bad it's gotten. I used to take my phone with me to the bathroom only when I knew I was gonna be there for a while. But now, even if I just have to pee, I take my phone. I sit down, I pee, start scrolling through Instagram. Next thing you know, been there so long, gotta pee again. 2 pee cycles? It's a problem. If you go to the bathroom, you forget your phone, these are your options. You can sit there bored, do the squat and run, or you can call for an assist. Babe! Babe! He gives me anxiety even when I'm on the toilet. I get anxiety about all kinds of things. Like, I get anxiety about having kids. My husband and I always said we didn't want kids. And now that I'm getting older, I'm like, hey, are we for sure that we don't want kids? Because that tick-tock clock's a tick. And I always said I didn't want kids because I like my life just the way it is. I don't want to have a kid and mess it up. But all my friends have kids. Like my friend Maya, she has 2 kids. She'll tell me sometimes, she'll be like, oh my God, Mateo has the flu. He was throwing up all night. I had to be up at 5 a.m. to go to work. Then I have to pick up Noah from school with foot, hand, mouth disease, whatever that is. I haven't slept since 2006. But it's so worth it. Really? Doesn't sound worth it. But then I look at my nephew, my sister's son, Austin. I love that kid. He's the coolest little kid. Like, he's funny. He's got a good personality. He's kind. He loves people. He's tender-hearted. He has manners. He eats his vegetables. I look at him and I'm like, okay, you know what? If I could be guaranteed to have one like that, I will think about it. But then I look at some of my other friends' kids. You ever have a kid in your life that just the thought of spanking them brings you joy? Because I have some kids in my life that I'd be like, ooh, you wait till your mom turns around. He fell down. I don't know, that was weird. When you don't want kids, you take precautions to make sure you don't have them, like birth control. Well, birth control has hormones, and hormones gave me melasma. You know what melasma is? It's a brown skin mustache. Yeah, I have a mustache. You can't see it because I'm wearing makeup. But when I'm not wearing makeup, I look like my brother. That's messed up. Sometimes if I don't want to wear makeup and just be fresh-faced, go run some errands, when I get to the store, they ask me my preferred pronouns. They go, excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, they. Any of those work, thanks. So now I have a dilemma. Do I want a brown mustache or brown babies? I get the what ifs in my mind about having kids. I start thinking, well, what if I can't chase my dreams anymore? Because I moved to Hollywood to be an actress. I'm still trying to be an actress. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have some very cool credits on my resume, like Alvin and the Chipmunks, Our Family Wedding, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah. Like, I have some very cool credits on my resume. But sometimes when I go to say my prayers, I'm like, oh, come on, Jesus, bigger credits than that. I'll be honest with you guys. When I lay my head down at night, my dream is not to be a mom. My dream is to play a rape victim on Law & Order SVU. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Beep boop beep doop boo. That's the dream. That's my dream. I remember when I came close to the dream, and I booked my first speaking role on a TV show called The Shield. Do you guys remember that show? It was like a gritty crime drama, and I was playing a homeless teenager trying to bum a cigarette off a detective. They had me in like a dirty hoodie with a blanket, leaned up against the wall. I was like, ooh, I'm about to win an Oscar for this. I did. I called my friends. I was like, hey, how many lines do you have to say on TV to win an Oscar? And they're like, oh, Oscars are for movies. Oh, we'll see about that. I was convinced this was going to be my big break because the fact that I even booked this role was a miracle in itself. This is how it works. If you want to be on TV, this is how you got to do it. You got to get an audition. In order to get an audition, you have to have a resume. To have a resume, you have to have TV credits. To get TV credits, you have to have TV credits. Like, how does that even work? I don't know. So I just lied on my resume. I thought about whatever show was on TV, and I just put it on my resume. Okay, Friends. Who did you play? Friend of a friend. Ooh, CSI Miami. Who did you play? The girl that dies. My fake resume got me a real audition. I couldn't believe it. I finally had an opportunity to prove myself, to show that I'm a good actor, that I have what it takes. And I remember showing up at that audition, and I'm standing there in front of the casting director, and she's looking at my resume, and she's like, wow, you were on CSI Miami? Mm-hmm. Because it's not a lie if you keep your mouth closed. Mm-hmm. And she goes, wow, that's funny because I cast that show. I don't remember you. I got caught. Like, what would you do in that situation? Would you just own it and be like, you got me. I was trying to see if you would catch it. You did. That's a good memory. That's good. No, you don't own it. You double down. You commit to your lie. Because that's your real audition. That's how you prove that you're a good actor. Oh, I looked her straight in the face and I was like, you don't remember me? Girl. Remember, I came in here, I did my audition, and you're like, oh my God, you're so good. And I was like, thank you. She knew I was lying. But she let me audition anyway, and that's the one that I booked. That was The Shield. I was so proud of myself. Yeah. I was so proud of myself. I couldn't believe it. I remember the day the episode aired on TV, I had a premiere party at my house. I did. Everybody came to this party. Like, nobody from the show came, but... like, the who's who of my apartment complex was at this party. It was lit. We had pizza, soda, napkins. We're all sitting there watching my episode. And I know that my scene is the very last scene of the episode because, like, save the best for last. I think that's how it works. So we're all sitting on the couch. We're all watching my episode. And I'm like, okay, here comes the detective. He's about to ask me my question. And then the credits start rolling. They cut my part. My big break. It broke. I was humiliated. Like, getting your part cut from a TV show when you're home by yourself, that's embarrassing. But in front of all your friends and pizza. And that wasn't even the most embarrassing part of the night. The most embarrassing part of the night was having to say thank you for coming as people left my party. Bye. Thanks for coming. You. It's fine. Honestly, who cares? Like, seriously, I don't even care. Okay, bye. I'm still dreaming, though. Still dreaming. Like, I want to be in a scene with Detective Olivia Benson. I want to be in a scene where she's talking to me in her regular voice and then quickly goes into her very serious whisper tone voice. I know you saw the man who attacked you. But listen to me. We're gonna get through this together. That moment right there, that's what I want. I'm still chasing that. So I can't have a kid. I can't chase that and chase a kid. But let's say I did, though. Let's say I did. Let's say I have a kid, but I still get to chase my dream. What does that even look like? I go and I drop off my kid at his soccer game, and I'm like, bye, have fun, I'll see you later, Mommy's got an audition. No, don't cry. Remember, this is all part of the deal. I have you, but I still get to chase my dreams. No, you'll do good. Go have fun. And I start walking away. And I get to my car, and I look back at him, and he's standing there looking at me, waiting for that loving encouragement. So I say, hey, wish me luck. I think I'm really gonna book it this time. It's right up my alley. They want me to play a young, hip soccer mom. And he's like, but you're my soccer mom. Yeah, that's sad. And now I gotta be like, hey, can you teach me how to do that? Like, how do you make it come out of one eye only? No, now I gotta kick it into parenting mode. Hey, Johnny, come here. I know you want me to stay and give you Capri Suns and orange wedges. But listen to me. We're gonna get through this together. See ya. Dun 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 dun. Still dreaming. I'm very grateful, though. Very grateful for all the steps in my journey that got me to where I am today. I've had so many different jobs before I stepped on this stage. Like at one point, I was a waitress at 3 different restaurants, and I was terrible at all of them. Oh yeah, like I'd take people's order, they'd be like, I'll take the chicken. Okay, cool, steak. And I was younger, so I didn't really drink alcohol at the time, and people would ask me like, oh, what kind of tequila do you have? Oh, a lot. At another point in my life, I was a go-go dancer for kids' parties. Yeah, there'd be like a bar mitzvah, right? You guys know what a bar mitzvah is? Like a Jewish quinceañera. There'd be a bar mitzvah, and they would hire a DJ and professional dancers to come and get the kids dancing and having a good time. So I was like, oh, I was a cheerleader. I could do that. Come on, kids. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Cha-ching, pay my rent. At another point in my life, I worked for a princess party company. You know where they have a Disney princess show up at your kid's birthday party? What character do you guys think I was? Jasmine? No. Belle? No. Pocahontas? No. No. Close, sir. First of all, I said, who do you think I was, not you? Who else? Who do you think? Esmeralda? No. Ariel? Okay, you're all wrong. I was a clown. Yeah, they wouldn't even let me be a princess. They're like, no, we got that covered. We do need a clown, though. And I wasn't even like the creepy, red-nosed, big hair clown. No, I was the even creepier 1800s porcelain doll sitting on your grandma's shelf clown. You know the one that I'm talking about? The one that follows you with its eyes? Yeah, that was me. All creepy, showing up at kids' parties like, hey, kids. Isn't it funny to chase my dream? I have to be your nightmare. I remember there was this one weekend, I had a kid's birthday party booked. I had to show up, be a clown, give him my energy. But that same weekend, started my period. Now, ladies, you know, day 1, 2, 3, that's the worst. That's when your cramps are on level 100. You're nauseous, you're fatigued, you're sweating, you don't want to get out of bed, you're emotional, you just want to curl up in a ball and rock back and forth. It was that day. You know that day. And if you don't, I hate you. I couldn't call in sick to a kid's birthday party. No, I had to woman up. And I showed up at that party like a dead clown. With makeup running down my face. Okay, kids. Everybody gather around. We're gonna play a new clown game. Everybody take your hand and put it on the ground. And then, what I want you to do is, everybody just lay down. Elevate your back. Or option to pull your knees in tight and just rock back and forth. This game sucks. Oh, okay. All right, well, you lose. How about some balloon animals? Want some balloon animals? Okay. Here's the worm.
I've been taking CrossFit. And judging by some of the booze in the room, you all fucking hate CrossFit. You all fuck CrossFit. That's a cult. Chill out. All right, I'm gonna explain what it is. It's a cult, yeah. For retired collegiate athletes, it's a cult. But I will say this, I was a lot heavier and I lost a lot of weight doing it, but I also know how silly it is. If you're, for some reason, not familiar with CrossFit, CrossFit is the workout craze sweeping the nation. And here's what people are doing. They're paying money to go to a gym to hit tires with sledgehammers. They pull ropes, they push sleds across, they carry heavy buckets from one end of a... But the irony of it is not lost on me. Because if you think about it, it's not blue-collar people who like CrossFit. It's white-collar people who like CrossFit. So basically, white-collar people are paying to simulate work that they themselves would never fucking be caught dead doing. How fucking crazy is that? If there were an alien culture on our planet, they think we're the dumbest species ever. They'd be like, now look at humans. They're weird. Now most of them around the planet of Earth are building their own huts, growing their own food, they're making their own clothes, they struggle. But I'll tell you what, the struggle, it defines them. But then you have this weird band up here. We'll call them the vanilla people. Now, here's what's happening. The vanilla person is not doing his own hard work anymore. What he's actually been doing is paying or stealing all the coffee people to come from up from the south and do all the work for them. But here's what's weird. At the end of the vanilla person's sad, sedentary, and motionless day, they go to all these square buildings around their planet and they pay other vanilla people to help them simulate the work that they're just paying the coffee people who they hate outside to do it for them. Do you think that everybody realizes the reason why we're growing more and more jaded with our lives and more depressed and anxiety-ridden is because we don't do any hard work anymore? I've got to believe that part of it is that we don't do hard work. There's no bond of building anything together, of anything constructing together. I mean, every time we build a workout program, most workout programs simulate manual labor because I believe the brain is instinctually creating what makes it happy. That's what it does. Every time they talk about building a train system in the US, oh, you want to build a train from your airport downtown? It's going to cost $80 billion. It's going to raise tax revenues. No, it doesn't have to. I got a way we can build every train system in the US and make money off it. Just tell suburban white women it's a workout program and charge them $99 a month to build the fucking thing. They're already fucking doing it anyway. Plus, how awesome would it be looking off in a field and seeing a gaggle of cougars in yoga pants with pickaxes all just breaking the ground? You got a house DJ 10 paces behind them on one of those little jack rail carts spinning dubstep while they're doing it.
I said I hurt my back lifting a smoker into a truck. And then she goes, oh, and did you know the smoker? I was like, it was their neighbor's smoker. And she goes, okay, the smoker was your neighbor. And then I also have one more question. I go, hold on. When I said I hurt my back lifting a smoker into a truck, did you think I meant I hurt my back lifting someone who smokes? Nobody talks like that. Why would I bring up his addiction? Blake, how'd you hurt your back? I was carrying an alcoholic up the steps, actually. Went out, yeah. Me and Peter, we're not okay. So,
I tried to impress a girl. I shaved my area. But I forgot to shave my belly. So now I just look like a dog that's had surgery. But it's not a good look. my waist looks like the property line between a rich family and a poor family's house. And my ass is just the woods across the street.
I also have a 14-year-old daughter, and I gave her a chore list with 3 words on it, and she goes, "Where's your chore list?" You ever had a kid say something to you that then they're serious, but then you almost ruin it because you laugh? That's when I was like, oh, God, what? And I just go, what did you say? And she goes, "Where's your chore?" She slowed it down like I actually didn't hear her, you know? So I said, you know everything that happens in this house to make this home operate? Subtract the 3 things I asked you to do, and that is my chore list. Remember when you woke up in a bed, warm and not hungry? Fucking check, check, check. I did that shit. So my chore list also has 3 words on it, and it says, keep her alive. And it expires in 4 years, so focus. She's 14 now. When she was 12, I started listening to podcasts about periods. And I know that seems creepy. I'm positive I'm on a list somewhere. But I never wanted to be the dad that had to send her to her mom to ask her all those questions. I don't want you to know, like, that's a question for your mom. You know where to find me if you want to play catch. I mean, it's like ridiculous, right? So, I was listening to these podcasts, but I had to stop because one of them kind of creeped me out. It said, if you're going to show your daughter how to use a tampon, you push it into your hand, and then, so I was like, well, yeah, my hand's been a vagina. Okay, that makes sense. Sure. If you're looking for a number, you're not gonna get it. Just know that it has been. But then I pictured myself pushing a tampon into my hand, and oh my God, it just looks like a magic trick. Does it not? Just like, hey, whoa. Where's the tampon? You better find it, because toxic shock is real. My daughter got her period at my house for the first time, and she came downstairs and she goes, Dad, 2 things. Number 1, got my period. Number 2, don't want to talk about it. And I was like, number 1, great. Number 2, greater.
Sitting there day drinking, and it was to the point where, and you know what I'm talking about, day drinking or night drinking, when you're at the bar and you have that inner monologue where you're like, oh, I should not be in public. It's that horrible feeling where it's like, okay, gotta go home. So I live 2 blocks from this bar, key detail. So I'm like, I'm gonna walk home. When I say walk, that's a very loose term. I call it newborn baby drunk walking. You know what I'm talking about. If you've seen a newborn baby take their first steps and they're so happy they're not falling down, it's a look of pure joy. And that's what I looked like. And I'll show you. Here's me walking home from the bar. Shit-faced. Here I go.
By the way, can I recommend the next time you're worried about a personal flaw, just blame society. It feels good, because not only do you get to seem like clever and insightful, you also just get away with whatever's wrong with you. I think you'll find it's society's fault my house smells like this. Good day. But I do think I have a point, because hyperbole is everywhere now. It's the only language we seem to have. I mean, is Gen Z in? Gen Z? You're pretty young. I'm guessing because the light's in my face and people moisturize. I can't tell. I've looked like this since I was fucking 11. I don't know. You must be Gen Z, right? I've been on TikTok. I've seen what you guys are up to. And I don't like it. There's a comment on TikTok that the Gen Zers, they leave it under videos they like, whatever, a dog opens a jar. And the comment is, I'm throwing up, I'm crying, I'm dead. That's a stock phrase. I'm throwing up, I'm crying, I'm dead. It's not an appropriate response to anything, is it? Apart from Ebola. Fair enough, Ebola. But a dog opening a jar, no. And hyperbole is everywhere now. Like those reviews I mentioned earlier, like movie posters for theater, musical. The reviews don't even make sense to me on those. I'll be in like the London Underground, say, and they got those big posters for the West End shows, and the quotes at the bottom will be like, this show left my sense of place in the universe shattered. And you go, oh my God. You read the next quote and it's like, I was sick into my lap. 5 stars. You're like, what show is this? I must know. And you look up at the title and it's a regional tour of Greece. And you just think, that can't be for that. That's not for that, is it? How could it possibly be? And it's all over comedy as well. There's a figure in comedy who is the worst for what you might call performative hyperbole, and I really hate him a lot. It's the cry laughing emoji. I really hate that guy. You don't need to worry about him. On TikTok, the young people, when something's funny, they use the skull emoji because, as I mentioned, they are dead. But the rest of us old fucks are stuck with the cry laughing man. You know, with the little tears coming out the eyes. And the reason I hate the cry laughing emoji is because I need him. I need them. If you cover your online video in cry laughing emojis, people click on it like 1,000 times more. It's depressing, but it's true. And it's all about views. If you have a big enough number of views, TV producers, they're too busy and afraid to try and pick a guy on their own, so they just go, big number, let's have him on, right? That's how it works now. So we need views, so we need the cry laughing emoji. That's what the business is. It's all just online fucking. It's not like the old days. I know comedians from the 80s and 90s, and it sounds better. Just back then, you go to the terrifying pub, you go into the basement, be quite funny for 20 minutes, an incredibly frightening man would give you an envelope, and you go, here you go, see you next week. And you go, oh, thank you. And you'd open it up, 60 quid in there, go home, buy your flat, right? And you just spend the 90s amassing some sort of property empire, you know. It sounds fucking great. Now it's just Squid Game with memes and fighting over digital scraps, and we need the cry laughing man. It's all like click-through rates, key performance indicators, yeah? I am my own online digital marketing consultant, audio-visual engineer, podcast producer, gig promoter, like writer, director. Like the point of this life choice was to have no jobs. Not to have 7 jobs, each more freelance than the last. So we need the cry laughing man, but I don't like him because it's not real, is it? You didn't cry laughing at the dog opening the jar. None of us did. And crying laughing is a big deal. If any of you cry laughing, that is the highest compliment you can pay the chef, right? That's what we live for. It's a big deal crying laughing because it's rare. And you feel incredible for months afterwards. It feels like all the hate that's built up in your pipes has been fired out of you through joy. You feel shriven? Isn't it nice to feel shriven for once? Not just on Shrove Tuesday when you're supposed to. It's a big deal crying laughing. And when you watch the dog open the jar, you didn't cry laughing. What you did was you went, huh. You did a little honk. And that's at best. That is the highest praise you can give to the hilarious online video community. The honk. If we're honest with ourselves, a lot of the videos, we don't even honk. What we do is we watch the allegedly hilarious video in sepulchral silence. And in that silence, we make a calculation about whether or not it's worth forwarding to the family WhatsApp. I don't know if my parents are conversant enough with the universe of SpongeBob SquarePants to really understand why it's funny in this meme that Rishi Sunak is Squidward.
I moved here. I went to this expensive lady gynecologist, and she confirmed that I had HPV. Like, okay. And she did this very invasive exam, which, like, after the exam, if I was, like, dating men or married to a man, she would have just said, don't have sex for a week. But she knows that I'm married to a woman, and I guess she panicked, because what she said was nothing in the vagina. Don't put anything in the vagina for a week. I don't know what you people do. Just don't put anything in the vagina for a week. I was like, what about my autographed picture of Kate McKinnon? That's where I keep it, lady.
I drink milk. I still drink milk. You know? And people judge me for it, but I'm from the generation where milk was healthy, you know? Milk, it does a body good. Pass it on. How's that go? Build your bones so you can grow. Milk's got calcium, don't you know? It does. Yeah, that shit never leaves you. And I know that there's vegans here, and I'm very supportive of vegans. I'm not one of these people who's critical of a vegan lifestyle. I think it's great. I think it's actually quite noble, but I sing that and it never left my head, and vegans go, oh, well, that was Dairy Council propaganda. That was milk propaganda that they fed to you, and milk is not healthy. So much so that now people actually think that milk is unhealthy, and when I go for a latte in the Lower East Side and I say, can I have a latte? They say, oh, what type of milk would you like? And I'm like, really? I have to say what type of milk when I just want regular milk? It literally says dairy alternatives on your fucking screen, but I don't want the alternative, so I thought you would just assume that I want regular milk. Unless I didn't want regular milk, then I would tell you what other fucking milk I want. So I say, oh, regular milk. And they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, am I sure? Am I resetting my iPhone here? Yeah, I'm pretty fucking sure I know what I want. So then I posted that bit online. I actually posted that bit online I just did before, and the fucking vegans were the aggressive vegans. Not all vegans are aggressive, but there's a militant wing of veganism, and they were hot in my fucking comments, and 50% of them said, we're the only mammals that drink the milk of other mammals. We're the only mammals that still drink milk after we've been weaned. And I'm like, oh, you think that's gonna turn me off fucking milk? You're comparing us to other fucking mammals? There's a lot of fucking other shit we're the only fucking mammals that do. Like cooking and fucking fire and fucking Taco Tuesday and colonoscopies. And fucking Tylenol. Don't fucking think that I'm fucking looking at deer going, wow, we are fucking so bad as a fucking race, as a species, And I promise you, if fucking mammals were fucking as smart as fucking humans, other mammals were smart as humans, they'd be fucking drinking other fucking milk too. But they're too fucking dumb to realize how fucking sweet, full fat fucking cow's milk is. Because they would, if they could. But they don't fucking know. I promise you, every fucking deer in Long Island would be fucking not running out in front of your car. They'd be sucking cows' tits. They'd be fucking tongue deep in a fucking udder. I don't really care. It's not something I'm passionate about, but it's just, I'm not this passionate about milk. Full fat, Lucky Charms, motherfucker.
Relationships are tough. It's tough to work it out with because we're two different animals. We really are. It's difficult, and I just feel like sometimes I can't do anything right. You don't know the moods. You don't know how to work things, and so I just try to survive. That's all I try to do in a relationship. Here's a little trick that I learned. Recalling a little something that's very unimportant at the moment at a later date will do wonders. Remember one little thing, it'll freak her out, I swear. Like I had dinner with her at her sister's house, and I remembered one little thing, and I waited because it was gonna come up sometime, and she brought it up. She was like, the other day, remember last week when we were having dinner at my sister's house? Oh, yeah, when you had the little butterfly clip in your hair with the sparkles on it? I remember it. I always remember lovely little nuggets about you. My girlfriend's a little off, though. I don't know. Well, yeah, she's a little bit off in her thinking. So, look, hey, believe me, I am not the smartest guy in the world, and I don't claim to be by far. But this was a little weird. I was on the phone with her, and I travel a lot. I'm here in New York now, and she was in L.A., at the time, and that's where she lives. And I was on the phone with her, and she was like, God, I miss you. And I was like, yeah, I know, I miss you too. She's like, I wish I could be there with you. And I was like, yeah, believe me, I wish you could be there with me too. Then it got silent for a beat, and I got worried, oh, she's thinking about something here. If I only had a magic carpet. I'd be there in 2 hours. What? Did you just say magic carpet? If we're agreeing that she's a magic carpet, how do you get 2 hours? What do you got, a layover in Dallas? What the? How do you get 2 hours with a magic carpet? Ready for this? Well, I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to fall off. Alrighty then. Can't go to the movies with her. Can't enjoy the movies anymore because she sees every movie that comes out right away with her friends first, and if she likes that particular movie, she wants to see it again with me. Yeah, she wants to see, this is great for every 5 seconds now. Hey, oh God, watch this part. Watch this part. What the hell was I doing? Hey! Hey, look at that, I can make a dog. I got a dog going. I'm sitting in a chair facing a tremendous screen. Hey, okay? She got mad at me. She gave me an elbow. I mean, really watch. I love the movie food. Popcorn is the food you should have in the movie. That's the classic movie food, popcorn. But I only like it in the movies. I don't like it anywhere else. I don't like when they stick it at like sports bars, you know, and they stick it in front of you, and then at like dance clubs too. Then you munch on that for like 20 minutes. You see someone you like. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, it's just hanging out over here with my buddies and stuff. It's a pretty look, right? When you got one of those shells spot welded way on the back of your tongue. Then we finish up with the movie. I get back in my car. I go to unlock her door, and she lifts the handle at the exact same time. I try to unlock the door, and they offset each other. Have you been stuck in that little tug of war for about an hour? Give me a sec, hon. Let go of the damn door! Sit your ass on the curb. I will come around and let you in. What the hell goes through her mind? I have no idea. Can I get in now? No. How about now? No. Now. Should I try it now? No. How about now? No. Now. Can I get in now? No. How about now? No. Can I get in now? Should I now? How about now? Should I try it now? Can I get in now? How about now? No. Yet. Should I yet? How about now? No. Can I get in now? No. It's not working. It's not working. I'm not sitting down yet. I'm not inside. Hurry up. It's hot out here. I'm not inside. I can't get in harder.
New York City, everybody. Here we are. City of dreams. That's how they bill it, right? City where dreams come true. Have you looked around? Does it look like people's dreams are coming true out there? Oh, look, a Mexican man delivering Chinese food on a bicycle. Just like he always dreamed back home. A family digging through the garbage for bottles and cans because they're just that passionate about the environment. Do what you love and the money will come. A nickel at a time. People working 2 and 3 part-time jobs into their 30s and 40s, having 2 and 3 roommates. A lot of people seem to have that dream in New York. And it is coming true. Living in New York is like one extended game of how well are you hiding your poverty and depression. Some days you'll hide the poverty better, other days the depression. But when you get that balance just right, oh, people say, look, that guy's dreams are coming true. Let's get a selfie with him. Everybody's hustling in New York, overworked, underpaid. Sometimes you just get hired for jobs you didn't even apply for. I drive a 2007 Toyota Prius, charcoal gray, nondescript. But now that Uber and Lyft exist, people just get into my car routinely. Just recently, this young woman gets in my car, announces, "We're going to Brooklyn." Starts waving her girlfriends over. I'm like, whoa, we're not going to Brooklyn. She's like, excuse me? I'm like, I'm not a cab driver. She's like, what? I'm like, this is not a cab. I'm a person who has a car and drives himself places he needs to go. And then she was horrified when she realized that she like ran out, traumatized, into the embrace of her friends as if I had done something wrong. I was like, you broke into my car. And she was so sure of herself that I was like, maybe I do work for Uber. Like, is this how they hire you? Someone just gets in and is like, all right, where in Brooklyn? Where do you? I just want to get a good review. I hit a cop car with my car. I don't recommend doing that. I was driving home with my fiance. We were just a few blocks from home. We were passing by this cafe that I go to from time to time. I noticed it peripherally that they were open later than usual. So I turned my head like, oh, they're open later than usual. When I turned back, the words police were getting closer and closer. I rammed into the cop car's bumper, and my fiance, to her credit, didn't say anything, but I could just feel everything she was thinking. I was like, you're right. You're absolutely right about all of it. The cop car, we're at a light. The cop car turns off to a side street. So then I turn to my fiance, like, should we just get the hell out of here? Like, it's like, no, we can't do that. So then I turn and follow the cop and pull up behind him. Now all of a sudden it's like I'm pulling him over. It's like, maybe I work for the NYPD now. So then we're just sitting and waiting. Cop finally gets out, ambles over. First thing he says is, bad idea hitting a fucking cop car. I was like, yeah, actually, it wasn't my idea. It just happened. Then he was kind of like pacing around. Like, you remember when you were a kid and your parents were almost like searching for the punishment? They were beside themselves. So I'm waiting. Finally, he's like, fuck it, I don't want to deal with this. I was like, that was my solution. Then he goes, you were never here. Which I thought was almost existential. Like, are any of us ever really, truly here? Then he turns and walks back to his car. As he's about to get in, he turns back and says, oh, are you okay? I was like, yeah, we're fine. Are you okay? He's like, yeah. Gets into his car, drives away. I turn to my fiance and say, I don't know what these black folks are complaining about. That could not have been a more pleasant exchange. I felt safe, I felt protected, I felt like my life mattered. It was like we were thrust into a commercial for white privilege. If you're not sure whether or not your life matters, I suggest that you hit a cop car. Just see how the rest of the exchange goes. It'll be a little different for everyone. Results may vary. Some assembly required.